I'm Chris Rice, and I'm here with Rice Custom number 115. And this guitar has a long story behind it. The body started out as a custom order that was canceled, and so it floated around for about 3 years. It's a one-piece ash body. It had been originally was going to have 3 humbuckers, so it's routed for 3 humbuckers. The pickguard is an older Fender, and the neck was originally on guitar number 053, and somewhere along the line it was reshaped to be thinner than it was when it left Rice Custom Guitars. So the neck back was carved down and refinished, and it was not up to what I feel a Rice guitar should be, and I saw it come up for sale in the used market, so I snapped it up, and Rich did a complete recarve, refin, reshape on there to get it just where it should be to feel and sound and play just how I like it. And so once that was all done in there, we had this neck, and it was just the perfect match to this body that had been floating around. The pickups are a set that Matt had wound for us, Matt Rice, and well, not as a set, they were just individuals that he had wound over time, and they're sitting in a drawer. And I started taking a look at them and changed them around a little bit and got them to work as a set, perfect for this instrument. It's got the Wilkinson tremolo on it, and you probably noticed all these extra switches by now. Yeah. The original idea for the body, for the failed custom order, was to have the 3 humbuckers and various blend settings, 2 different preamps with boost and kill switches and bypasses and a ton of other stuff. And what we ended up with on here is a CAE CB2 preamp under this plate, which is run off a battery, and it's either 1 battery or 2 batteries. It doesn't matter. 2 batteries will give you a little bit longer battery life. I just have 1 in there now. It's a 9-volt. And then under this plate is the switching for the face. And I'll play through it a little bit and show you what's going on with it. So the safety spot is all 4 switches up. Then it's just normal, like a Strat switching. Goes from the, I'm playing through 65 Super Reverb, volume on 3, treble 6.5, middle and bass 5, reverb 2.5, bright switch off. So yeah, when it's all 4 switches are up, it's normal Strat style switching. You got the neck pickup. Next one is the neck and middle. Next is the middle pickup by itself. Middle and bridge. The bridge humbucker by itself. I think I forgot to mention, this neck has no truss rod in it. Just a solid piece of maple. As originally conceived, it was a full inch thick. Now it's around 89, I think, 88 at the first fret, and then tapers up to the full inch up high. Okay, so volume and tone, as labeled, Strat knobs. Work as they're supposed to. This little guy in between them is a kill switch. And the switch tip for it is hand carved out of Macassar ebony. Okay, so kill switch. Now, each of these switches, the first one, all the way to the right while you're playing, left while you're looking at it, adds the preamp in, the CAE preamp. Back up so you can see that better. And that is very dependent on your amp, your pedals, your cables. It'll change the sound a lot. Right now I'm playing through a Lava Soar cable, which doesn't impart a lot of its own sound on the guitar, so it's not as obvious. If I switch over to a Lava Retro-Coil, you'll hear the difference in the preamp more, the more obvious difference between preamp and no preamp. Okay. No preamp. With the preamp. And the preamp can really help your effects respond more evenly. It changes the way the volume control responds just a little bit. It'll make really long cable runs not as bad for your tone. We're on the next switch, which splits the humbucker to single coil sound. Humbucker. As a single coil. And then any combination of the humbucker or single coil with the other pickups. The third switch along, when you put it down, it combines the neck and bridge pickups together. And what that means is, if you're on the bridge pickup and you flip it down, it adds the neck pickup. If you're on the neck pickup and flip it down, it adds the bridge pickup. So either position you get the outer two pickups. If you're on either position 2 or 4, where it's bridge in middle, that adds the neck pickup for all 3. Same thing on the other one. You got the neck and middle together, adds the bridge pickup for all 3. And when you're within that, the bridge pickup can be humbucker or single coil, and the preamp can be on or off. So humbucker, neck and bridge together. I flip the bridge pickup to single coil. If I'm here, this is all 3 pickups on with the humbucker as a humbucker. Put it to single coil. And these two would just be redundant, depending on it. It just makes it easier to switch to whatever you want. And then the very last switch is based on the Bill Lawrence 90 degrees out of phase circuit, and it's on the middle pickup. It affects the middle pickup or any of the combination ones, and basically what it does is it flips the polarity of that pickup so you can get out of phase sounds, and at the same time it chops some of the bass frequencies off of it. So you've got the middle pickup by itself, or you pull the low end out. And the end result is that when you're using two pickups together and you flip that little switch, you end up hearing the bass frequencies from the other pickup and then you hear the treble frequencies out of phase from both pickups. So you can get a cool out of phase type of tone without losing all your low end, without losing all your output. Not as obvious as a regular phase switch would be, which can get really ugly sounding. If I do it with the bridge and middle pickups, go to single coil on the bridge. If I do it with all three pickups on and the partial phase, and put the preamp on, so there the preamp is taking away a little bit of the treble and other combinations of chord, amp, pickups. It'll add or retain the treble a little bit better. Does a lot of crazy stuff. When you're on the middle and bridge together and you go to single coil on the bridge, it hum cancels, and there's no way that I could cover all the sounds this guitar does in one video, even if it has ended up being like, I don't know, 13 minutes long. Yeah, aged hardware, just a little bit on there. Gold electro socket, and it was conceived to be sort of somebody's well-loved, heavily modified parts caster from before old tellies were worth something. It's the ultimate rat guitar.